We've obviously talked about a lot in our days going back and forth. And one thing that's always kind of intrigued me as someone who's not quite close enough to retirement, at least not yet, fingers crossed, maybe I'll stumble into it early. I'm definitely curious what early retirement looks like and maybe as it pertains to couples. What are you seeing when couples come to you? I doubt they're arm in arm saying we're both going out together.
Right, right. You think about it, right? Some people want to work, say I'll work till I die. Other people or I want to get out as soon as possible. And a lot of times you hear this closer to the point of retirement. I don't want to retire with him around every day. I want some my me time a little bit. So yeah, everyone's got a different perspective. And all of this, I think, if you're younger or sort of more middle stage, you start out and you plan for you're going to retire at the same time. And I only say that because you want to start with a base case. We talk about purpose, we talk about cash flow and what you need, and we start with that in mind. So let's just use 65 as the time you're going to retire. How much income do you need at that point? Then that's when we start to dial it back. What if one of you doesn't work that long? What if you work a little bit longer? Then we can start to toggle it back and forth a little bit. And what's interesting is that we'll say today a couple with no kids is going to plan and prepare for the life they know today, but along the way they're going to have kids. And so then maybe one of the spouses doesn't work for a period of time or works less for a period of time, or there's a lot of changes. So that's why we start with that base case. And then we start to take things out and say, what if this were to happen? What if that were to happen? And that's why, A, it's important to have your base case, but B, it's important to ask those questions. How long would you like to work? How soon do you want to retire? Would you want to stay at home if you're raising a family for a period of time? Or you want to go right back to work? You go right back to work, you got some big daycare expenses. So those are the inputs that start to change, and that's going to drive your plan. So you want to start with sort of the rough cut and then start making some adjustments and asking, what would it look like if I did this? If you like what you heard and you need help writing your goals down and being accountable for them, go to gootfinancial.com, contact us, and set up a time to start a conversation, and we'll get you on your way.